All right, so what we have here is the current program for the robot drive. Uh, as mentioned before, the robot is programmed with an Arduino, and you can see the Arduino code is right here. Uh, there are four motors on the robot, so there are four motor controllers, but each of them is a relay. So I kind of separated them into right forward, right reverse, and left reverse. This is because even though there are four sets of two relays, so four motor controllers, uh, each one on either side is wired together. So there's only right and left. So either the right side of the robot or the left side of the robot can go forward and backwards, and that is how it is set up. Off. So basically, what this program does is it turns on for a second and then it turns off for a second. When I have tested my robot, it didn't really seem to like, I guess, turning on and off. I don't really know what the problem was, but basically what we're going to do is we're going to simplify the code by just taking out this part. So when I do this, it should just go forward. And we are going to program the Arduino like that and see how it works. And if not, we might have to do some modifications.
Okay, so we are going to do a test. So what we have here are all the motors of the drill motors, and we programmed it. We simplified the program so it just goes in one direction continuously. And we have two batteries here. We have an 18-volt battery and a 12 amp hour lead acid battery. We tried the lead acid battery in one of the last videos, but it doesn't really work. Let me just show you right now. So we can connect the connectors of the battery, and then we can plug in the USB cable. Yeah, nothing. You could see if I spin one of the motors, I can make it move a little bit. Yeah, but this is 12 volts. It's not really doing anything. So we're going to try the 18-volt drill battery. This is the 18-volt drill battery. This is the battery that came with the drills. Let me just unplug this so it doesn't move suddenly. It's a battery that came with the drills. Of course, the drills are 18 volts, but one problem is that there's four motors here. This is really only designed to have one drill motor going, so it's like 4 times the amperage, and it's not going to last as long. This is 1 amp hour. Even with just the drill, it doesn't last too long, but we can try it out here just for a test. So we could plug in this drill battery and let me, because this is going to move. I already tested it once. Oh, you see these wires? So what I guess happened is the positive and the negative wires on this motor are not securely connected that well. So when I tilted this over, because I didn't want all the motors to move, it moves suddenly, and then it unplugged right here. This is one of the negative wires. So let's just set up this again, and we'll be back. Alright, so we connected up these wires. This is a negative wire, this is a positive wire. Make sure they don't touch. Make sure these do touch, so. And what we're going to do is we're going to power it up, and it should move. Once I plug this in, it should move. Oh yeah, here we go, it's moving. Alright, so that was the problem. These 18-volt motors want just 18 volts. They don't want 12 volts. They only want the 18 volts, and the 18 volts can come from this drill battery right here. So if I reprogram it with the program that had, put everything back together, and have the 18-volt battery, it should work. But of course, we have one problem though. This still doesn't provide all the amperage. So I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to wire 4 of these batteries in parallel. So it'd be 18 volts. Let me see this. It says 1.3 amp hour nickel cadmium battery pack. So we are going to probably have to make one that is 4 of these packs. So what's that? 1.3, 2.6. It's basically like 5 amp hours around there. Still nothing compared to this 12 amp hour battery. If we were using lithium ion cells or something you would use for this, then it would have much more needed power, but we don't really have that. And another thing we have to do is we probably have to upgrade these wires. These are pretty thin wires. We are carrying a lot of current through these, so maybe fixing this system will be in order as well. So, but we did find the problem though. The problem is that we need an 18-volt power source. And this will help me in other robots, such as the humanoid robot, which I am still building right now, which has a lot of these drill motors, even more than this one does probably. It's going to have. So I think making a stable supply of 18-volt power is going to be a very important thing to do.